Is the government really getting rid of Section 8?
So my landlord just left my house. I get a knock at the door. It's Saturday, a little bit before noon. I open it. It's my landlord. I'll let her in. She hands me this. She's giving me 24-hour notice that Section 8 is not paying my June rent tomorrow. Rent is due tomorrow. $1,100. $1,100. She expects me to come up with. Because they are no longer paying my rent, I have to pay it out of my pocket. I don't work. I'm not going to work. I will never have a job, ever. How does the government expect me to keep a roof over my 6 kids' head without Section 8? Just because I've been on it for 13 years doesn't mean I don't need it anymore. I need it now more than ever. $1,100. And you expect me to come up with that in 24 hours, or I have to get out. So pretty much I'm going to be out on the streets.
So what does that mean for thousands of families across the country who rely on it to keep a roof over their heads?
Breaking news. It is now mandatory for anyone on Section 8 to be removed if you have had it more than 2 years, with exceptions. Thanks, Donna. The White House announced new Section 8 eligibility restrictions. More details from the current administration are expected.
This could be one of the biggest impacts to affordable housing we've seen in years. And if you're not paying attention, it could catch you completely off guard. But before we panic, let's take a step back and really take a look at this. Let's talk about the facts, and most importantly, let's talk about the solutions, because there's always a way to move forward. And that's what we're going to discuss today. All right, let's break this down. Recently, HUD, yes, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, rolled out new policy changes aimed at tightening the eligibility and oversight of Section 8 housing assistance.
So what does this mean?
Now, don't panic. This doesn't mean that Section 8 is gone overnight, but it does mean the rules are changing. And a lot of people may soon find themselves no longer qualified or facing new restrictions they weren't prepared for otherwise.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Now, some of the new proposed changes include stricter income verification, time limits for certain recipients, and new incentives to push able-bodied tenants toward employment and more independence.
I have to get a job.
One of the major talking points from HUD is the shift toward transitional housing assistance, meaning Section 8 is being reframed as a temporary support tool, not a long-term solution.
That makes sense.
And here's something a lot of folks don't realize. There are wait lists years long in many cities for people who truly need help. Single parents, veterans, families escaping domestic violence, or families just in an unfortunate situation. Those with disability, the list can go on. But because the system is so overloaded with recipients who have been on Section 8 for 10, 15, sometimes even up to 20 years or more.
I've been on Section 8 waiting list for the last 3.5 years. I have never shed a tear or ever said someone else needs to get taken off of it so I can get a chance. Because I know that life is not fair. Life is not equal in the United States. And that I know a lot of people that I know have full-time jobs and they still need Section 8 because they can't afford $3,000 and $4,000 rent. And they work full-time, 40 hours a week. Some people work 2 jobs. And you know what? When they work the 2 jobs and they submit their pay stubs, their rent goes up. So if their rent is $1,000, they pay $300. And if they get another $1,000 a month, they pay $600. You think that's fair? They can't save up to get ahead? That's not fair either. But like I said, life is not fair. We can't be mad because someone else is getting something that we're not. Maybe we should work harder at helping one another, and then life wouldn't be this way.
She is a prime example, and she's just one of many that are on the wait list. Now look, I get it. This news has a lot of people fired up, and rightfully so. Change is scary, especially when it affects your living situation. But can I ask you something? Why are we acting like government assistance is supposed to be permanent?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Section 8 was created as a stepping stone. But what's happened over the years is that so many people have started using it as a long-term solution when it was meant to help people get through tough times not stay in one place forever.
I actually never even thought about it like that.
Now, don't get me wrong, there are real reasons why folks need long-term support, disabilities, medical conditions, caretaking responsibilities. I respect that completely. Those people deserve the support. But for the able-bodied folks, we gotta be real. You staying on Section 8 for decades blocks someone else, maybe someone who suffered a traumatic tragedy that cost them their job, a home, and they just need a little boost to get back on their feet. This isn't shaming anyone.
I am not trying to shame anyone.
This is absolutely not shaming anyone. It's all about mindset and improving. What if we saw assistance as a tool to build a better life, not a limit on how far we can go?
You got a point there.
If you're watching this and you're worried about what these Section 8 changes might mean for you, I want to say this. It's okay to feel fear, but don't let fear paralyze you. Let it motivate you. What if this is the push you need to take back control of your future? To say, you know what? I can own a home. I can build equity and I can break this generational cycle.
I really think I can do this.
Government housing by design limits how much income you make. You literally have to stay broke to qualify. That's not building wealth. That's trapping you. But when you shift your mindset, set goals, and start taking steps toward things like home ownership, you start opening doors to opportunities you never thought were possible. You stop worrying about renewals and inspections and start focusing on equity and appreciation and what you could pass down to your kids one day.
You did this for me?
Now listen, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's worth it. You've got to be willing to make the change, invest in yourself, and surround yourself with the right people to guide you.
Hey guys, so super excited to show you my new home. So let's take a peek. This is outside. Let's take a peek at the inside. Come on. So this is a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 3-car garage. So when you come in, this is my office. This is the office space. Nothing in here yet. So coming this way is the closet rack. This is the laundry room, folding table. So coming in, hold on. Y'all already know, this is my favorite part.
And if you're ready to start having that conversation, I'm here. As a licensed realtor, I've worked with people from all walks of life. People who started with nothing and are now homeowners, and some are now even investors. They have a portfolio.
And you can too.
It's possible. So if any of this interests you, don't hesitate to reach out. Shoot me a text, call me, slide in my DMs, whatever is more comfortable for you. I'm not here to judge, I'm here to help. And if you just want to learn a little more, sign up for my free weekly newsletter. It's full of insights, resources, and real steps to help you move forward. The link's in the description, and trust me, it's something you'll want in your inbox. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button if this has helped you. And don't forget, subscribe for more advice about real estate and finances. I'm Marcus Mays, and I'll see you at the closing table. Peace.